跑这个出来。就不从你看的。
I'm Wendy, and on behalf of Circle 96 and CFSG, a very, very warm welcome to this afternoon's Straight Talk, Feng Shui review on Blossoms by the Park. As usual, once again, I must stress that we are not paid by any developers and or property agents, nor do we represent any of them. This is our very own Straight Talk review with no reservation. As we know, buying any property in Singapore is a very expensive project. So more than thoughts and energy goes into such planning, and it's best to maximize all potential of the property and to minimize any negative impact. Before I bring up the masters, I'd like to thank our wonderful sponsors, Reno Talk and Sky Creation, for their friendship and immense support. Reno Talk is the #1 renovation platform in Southeast Asia, and it's a platform for people to come together to talk and engage on renovation matter, sourcing reliable renovation materials, interior designers, and contractors, recommended by property owners for all property owners. Sky Creation is an award-winning renovation firm and has received many awards in the industry over the years. It is a professionally accredited renovation firm that has garnered many industry certificates for quality and industry best. Now, let me introduce to you our masters. As usual, I have with me Master KK Xiao, who is our senior modern feng shui consultant, whom many of you will be familiar by now. He, at one point, doesn't believe in feng shui till he was enlightened by his wife, Master Sharon Fong, a third-generation award-winning practitioner. Together, they have formed a professional modern feng shui award team to help people to address challenging issues. Until today, they have actually audited more than thousands over properties internationally, creating happiness, health, and wealth, applying modern feng shui approach with no feng shui artifacts nor any old-fashioned BS. Let's welcome Master KK.
Good afternoon. I hope you can hear me, and very nice to be here again. I think you can realize that today the setting is all different. So again, it was kanchong last minute.
Very. I'm still jittery.
Okay, there's still butterfly in Wendy's stomach. Okay, but we managed to pull through like always. So thank you, Wendy. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in, and we'll talk to you more about Blossom by the Park shortly.
Okay. Have Master Guo, who also has a very strong interest in Chinese metaphysics since a very young child. Though he has always believed in Feng Shui, he was skeptical, surprisingly, by the Feng Shui masters. More so after spending a lot of his hard-earned money on auspicious items recommended and sold by them, without truly understanding the reasons for such placement, and worse, seeing no effects nor any improvement as claimed by those Feng Shui masters. So, being passionate about Feng Shui, he picked up the skill and knowledge and quickly realized that true Feng Shui needs not spend tons of money on such items, jarring the home decor and wasting precious space at home collecting dust. So, let's welcome Master Guo.
Awesome over there.
I'm sure it will be blossoming. Okay, so before the park blossom, well, please note that since the development is still actually not fully connected, analysis are strictly based on environmental analysis for the moment. So let's not waste time. Let's hear how this park will blossom, shall we, masters?
Thank you, Wendy. Thank you so much. I think today we're all very interested in this property because I think lately like AMO and Lantor Modern are also
very hot properties.
Very hot properties, exactly.
Yeah.
So I think what is driving everybody out there to purchase these properties are, I think, the people are thinking about the interest rate rise, you know, and then try to get the last minute thingy thing, you know. Of course, there are some people who make a lot of money out there. We congratulate them, you know.
I just think that Singaporeans are too rich.
Okay.
They don't know where to spend their money, so they just buy property.
we are definitely very rich. That's good. Okay, good. Now, before we actually bring up the whole thing, I think a lot of people want to know what kind of Feng Shui are we into. Okay, so we are actually a group of people who use I Ching Feng Shui. Okay, and there are a total of 6 of us, and today we are happy that Master Guo is with us today.
Yes.
The rest of the masters have some other engagement and engagement. Exactly, we didn't show the ring engagement. Okay. Master Shadin, I think, have 2 weddings to attend to. Okay, good. This is a program that we want to say that whatever decision you make based on our advice, monetary gain or not, it's your own discretion. Okay. And the difference between modern Feng Shui and Feng Shui is because we do not turn your house into a zoo or a Chinese temple. I think that's very important.
Yes.
Okay. Secondly, we do not sell any artifacts, so you do not need to spend extra money. Okay. We have a total of 6 books ready for you at the end of the session when you give you the link to get your 6 books. They're all ebooks, so you can download freely and help yourself to read more information. The first book was written by myself and Master Sharon. It's for property owners already to help you improve your house Feng Shui. The second book is actually for you, especially you're watching this because you want to buy a property. This book is actually to tell you a lot of things that property agents are not telling you. Okay. The third book is if you are a business owner, it'll be very good for you because we really don't want you to self-sabotage yourself by placing a lot of artifacts in your office and lead into troubles with your business. The fourth book is actually for mothers. This is written by all the masters here for mothers' health. Okay, sometimes we do not know suddenly why our parents are ill because there are certain things in the house that has caused them or signaling to tell you that you will have illness in the future. We also, as parents, are very kanchong. Can I use the word kanchong? I'm sure we can. About children's academic. So this book will just definitely help you because we do have a few people, Master Charlene, children of Master Simas and myself have good grades. So we want to share with you how can we improve our children's school academically. Okay. Last and not least, if you've got a house ready, then you want to also renovate, and then renovation does not brief. So we're going to do this book. Okay, and also we got an event coming up. With Snow next October 15 in Muzi, Sky Croatia, to talk about renovation. If you're interested, do call Randy at 8448-7416. This is especially for people who want to renovate their house only, and seats are limited. There are only a total of 27 couples, Okay, and we have a few seats left. Okay, we are not open up anymore. This is for 27 couples. So if you're really interested in knowing more about renovation, do call Wendy at 8448-7416 to book a slot. Like I said again, there's only a few slots left. Okay, all right, good. Moving forward, today we're going to talk about Blossom by the Park. This is somewhere near the Buona Vista MRT station.
Somewhere near there.
Yeah. So maybe Master Go, you want to go ahead and tell us more about this property?
Me? Okay, sure. Okay, let me start off with Southwest sector.
Good. Okay.
Okay, so everyone can see that there's this 8 sector, okay, of this property. So we are dividing into 8 sectors. So every sector will represent a different person, different years, and different theme. So the Southwest, right, actually represents the mother, okay, and is made up of the earth element for this sector. So you can see that there are schools over there. Okay, so what it means that, right, you know, the fire will produce the earth. So the mother is very hardworking.
Also, a lot of people supporting her.
Yes, a lot of so-called 贵人. Then, of course, ability-wise, right, she is also very capable. So this is what we call as the 女强人. Okay, so one thing is the mother, right, tend to have to juggle between work, career, and, you know, personal family life. So it's not so easy. Okay, so after hearing this, right, all the husbands should buy LV bag for the wife.
Wow, this is fantastic news for mothers out there.
Yes.
Okay?
So those mothers that want to buy this place, right, immediately show your husband this portion of the video. The rest you can cut it out. Just show this part. Then demand for your LV or your Gucci.
Chanel also can.
Also can.
Okay, good. I think Master also we want to tell our audience Southwest represents which particular year in the zodiac and particular year, which particular
Okay,
year? Yeah.
for the Southwest sector, right, it represents 2015 and 2016. So if you plus another 12, right, will be 2027 and 2028. So generally, right, okay, this property, because we're TOP in 2026, so by the time you shift in, it's around maybe 2027, you will enjoy 2 years of actually very good so-called luck cycle. Okay, this is something that is very good, because when you shift into a new property, what you want is so-called on the rise. You don't want to be very tough. Correct? That is why I think it's pretty good.
Good. I like that also. I like what you just shared. There's a lot of schools in the Southwest sector. We all know schools is fire element. And Master Go has also mentioned that the Southwest represents the mother. That's also good for ladies in the house. If you are female, your uterus it's also been very well taken care of by the energy from the Southwest, from the school. Southwest also represents the digestive system for the woman.
Yes.
Yeah, it's pretty good as well. Okay, pretty decent. I actually liked it very much. Okay. Having said that, there are also some concern. Okay, this concern we'll share with you all later in the fan club. We want to share this concern because it's something that is touching our heart. Like I said, our concerns are always for the health of the family, followed by the prosperity. All right. Before the health and the prosperity actually come into sight, our company always emphasizes on harmony, family's harmony.
Yeah.
Okay? So once you have good harmony, chances of falling ill is lessened. It's lessened, and then Chinese has a saying, 和气生财.
Correct.
So prosperity will come naturally. Good. Is there anything else you want to share about Southwest, Master? I missed out.
That's all for now.
Okay. Okay, good. Then I'll just talk about the West sector. Okay, the West sector, I think one of our EDM that went out this morning was, if your helper is not a Cordon Bleu trained graduate, then you don't want to consider this property. Why do I make that kind of a comment? Well, West simply because West sector has a lot of schools as well. Okay, and the schools are pretty big schools. They're all tertiary schools, so it's a pretty big fire. The West sector represents your communication, also represents your mouth, also represents your windpipes, your throat, dental, also represents how you talk and how you consume, what kind of food you like to consume. So when there's fire in the West sector, generally speaking, people staying in this development love their food. They just love foodie, okay, good foodie. And because of that, they tend to demand good food, not expensive food, demand good food. You need to say if the hor fun must have the wok hei, wok mei, the wok hei, very important. So if not, then they'll grumble. So that's the reason why, unless you are able to train your helper to become a very good cook, or you're still staying with your mother, which is good, congratulations to you. You yourself are a good cook, then your spouse will benefit and your children will benefit from it. So it's important. So what's the setback of having fire in the West sector? Having schools in the West sector symbolize the speech communication style is very direct. Sometimes too direct can hurt the listener, and then also maybe too quick tongue, and then never hold their tongue back, and then unintentionally hurt people. That's one thing. If you ask me, people who have a fire in the West sector, big fire, big schools and things like that, generally will experience some problems in debt collections if you are running your own business. So your collections of payment from customer receivable may have some issues. Also, West represents happiness, so happiness may be not so well in the family, not so good in the family, something that we need to look into. If you want to send your children for singing lessons, don't bother, save the money. Okay, always got hippiness in the throat, got a lot of phlegm, got a lot of dental issues. Those are concerns. Anything to add on, Masters?
Okay, the West, right, because of so many schools down there, right, this is like the 传说中的嘴巴有火, the mouth got some fire. Okay, then because it's represented by the metal element, right, the metal element actually also represents the lung. So what it can cause is probably some asthmatic issue. Okay, then like what Master KK say, right, the West is communication. A lot of people mix up with you can speak well and communication. I quote an example. A few days back, I met a friend. Very long time never see this person. I can choose to say, 你很像肥了. I can also choose to say, 哇，你最近好像过得不错. This is art of communication.
That's what Chinese say, right?
You cannot say 发福 this word.
Really?
You must say 你最近好像过得很不错.生意应该做得很好. 或者是工作事业很顺利.吃得好住得好. That's communication. Don't straight away, 你肥了嘞. 哇，焦了.
Okay, so now I learned. So 发福 is also not a good
Not a very
way
good term to use, especially if your friend is a lady.
I think in present days, far food doesn't seem to be a good word now.
Yeah.
In the olden days, where we are still, food is still very scarce. I mean, everybody say, hey, japabe. So have you had a meal? I think that's
why you must know what to say.
We need to keep up with time.
Even if you see a girl, you see a lady, right? She look very haggard, right? You must also, 你精神不错.
Wow, that is, are you sure being diplomatic or?
You must say something good.
Okay.
Make people still feel better.
Now you all know the West sector of Master Guo House.
Must be very
Got
good.
MRT. Really, my West got MRT.
Very good. Okay, so that's why he's such a good speaker. Okay, good. So let's talk about the West sector. West sector represents the year 2017. Future will be 2029. Okay, West sector represents the third daughter. So you have two elder sisters above her. That means she's the third born girl. So there's one sister, second sister, and then the third sister. So this one, the temperament can also be very fiery, right? A bit 小辣椒, a bit too difficult to handle sometimes. Okay, short fuse. Okay, good. I think that's also a concern we want to talk about is the Northwest sector. Master, you want to talk more about Northwest sector? What does it represent and which year does it represent?
Okay, the Northwest sector, right, represents the father. Okay, so it represents the year 2018, 2019. So, of course, it will also be 2030 and 2031. Okay, so besides representing the father, right, it also represents money and authority. So you can see that there are a lot of schools down there, which is actually not so favorable for this sector. Okay, it means that maybe the father, okay, of this property, right, is having a lot of stress. Okay, 压力比较大. Then another thing, right, what we say, 赚钱 probably will not be sitting in the office enjoying the aircon. He have to be out there, right? So-called 日晒雨淋 to bring the money back home. Okay. Then when we talk about authority, okay, the authority, right, will very often be challenged if he's a business owner, maybe by the the employee, or at home, the kids might challenge the father's authority. So this is something that probably we have to address it.
Good. Thank you, Master Ko, for sharing. So far, we have talked about two sectors covered, Southwest, West, and then we're talking about the Northwest.
Yes,
now. So we have covered two sectors, and then we're in the process of talking about the third sector. So, audience out there, if this is useful for you, please hope you can subscribe, press like, and follow us. This is important because we're doing this not paid by developers, not paid by property agents. We're doing this because we want you to know what you're buying, be informed, because the moment you purchase a property in Singapore, it's going to cost millions of dollars. Okay, and property market is also still skyrocketing the prices. By the time you watch this, maybe has increased a few 100,000 or thousands already.
I think this place, right, probably is about 1,800 or 2,000 per square feet.
Correct. It's not launched yet. That's why. So do have us like and follow, subscribe us with more encouragement to us. We can produce better videos for you, and also because if you do subscribe to us, we have many other videos talking about properties. Okay. Let's talk more about the Northwest sector. Now, Northwest sector also represents the head, right? The family, all the family members, the head. Because there's a number of schools in there, right? So I want you to be careful about migraine issues. Northwest also represents the colon. Okay, so if you do experience some constipation, so also please seek help. Okay, early. All right. Northwest also represents, like Master Ko mentioned, 2018 and 2019. Future with 2030, 2031. So when we moved into this house in 2026,
Yep.
when you are TOP in 2026, you're probably going to experience some 2 good years now, 2027, 2028, pretty good years. Then 2029 will be a bit stressful. So is the 2030. 2029, 2030 will be relatively stressful. So embrace yourself. Okay, that's one of the reasons why we look at when we select houses where we want to try to tell you that the moment you get a house, you're on the uptrend. Right? Unfortunately, this house, the uptrend is only 2 years. Then after that, you will have experiencing some atrocity. Okay, but then again, life is such. Just face the atrocity as to enjoy and explore it, and then we can obviously sail through the atrocity. Right? Of course, that's the reason why we want to select one of the better units. You also want to make a Feng Shui master go down and see your house address, how you can encounter, how you can remedy, how you can enhance your west sector, which is not favorable to this condominium, and your northwest sector as well. All right, so good. Okay, good. I think we have. Modern Feng Shui is very good because with the help of the what do you call that? Technology, correct. So I think I was not able to hear. Audience not able to hear me because I think the audio was gone when I shut myself off on the screen. So what I just mentioned is that I'll just share with all the audience out there what is different between modern Feng Shui and Feng Shui. So modern Feng Shui can use a lot of modern technology. So that's something that I want to share with everybody that is from Google Map. Okay, before I actually share this with Google Map, right? From based on the map itself, you can see from Street Directory. This is from Street Directory. The map from the good people of Street Directory. I always tell people when you want to buy a house in Singapore, try to use Street Directory because Street Directory provides you the most detailed, precise information, colored and every color has a meaning. Okay, and this is very good. However, because of technology, we can bring in Google Map, and through Google Map, we are able to tell you more things. Okay, based on what you see on the map, if you use Google Map or you use Google Earth, okay, this is what you see, but you can't tell a lot of information. Maybe some good information, but there are certain information that's not spelled out properly from the street directory. So it's from the Google Map, but from street directory you can tell a lot of other things. Okay, so this is the road that you can see cutting across. The left-hand side would be the MRT station. Okay, but on the Google Map itself, sorry, on the street directory itself, it's a big concern for us. What's the concern? The concern is the southeast sector. Okay, we're going to talk about this shortly later when we come back from a commercial break. What is our commercial break? Our commercial break is want to tell you that for people who want to buy a house, you really need to get yourself this physical book. Okay, this physical book is actually designed by Circle 96 for homeowners, home hunters just like you. Okay, and this book is specially designed to help you find the property that is good for you for the coming years when you get your keys. Okay, this is a workbook or workbook. This really means that you can work on it and draw, and we teach you step by step how this is done. Okay, and with this book is very clearly to tell you the best 3 properties that you can find. All right, and this workbook comes with a very cheap price of $47 only for the first 20 people. Inflation has gone up. We have not increased our price for our workbook, so we maintain our price for our workbook because we have printed this workbook last year, and we have already incurred a cost, so there's no reason just to check out because of inflation. All right, postage also have not gone up, etc. So I think we're good. Okay, and the property price has gone up, so has our promotion for house selection. So it's 1888, okay, for 3 house selection for the first 6 people only. Okay, and you also get yourself a workbook. All right, do not be pound-foolish, penny-wise, pound-foolish. Pardon my England. Okay, so don't be penny-wise, pound-foolish. You're paying $1 million for the property, and then you try to stinge on your property. I received a call a few days ago from a potential gentleman, talking about Kappa at Newton. Okay, there was a property that launched up in Kappa 3 years ago, and then he says, Master, must pay you so much, because I'm thinking of either taking the 8th floor or the 9th floor only. Can I just pay you, a token? I say, okay lah, you want to pay token, then you look for someone else lah. Because I'm professional and I want to give you the best. So 8th floor and 9th floor got different. I say, you have 2 children, right? I say, yeah. So 2 children all both from the same parents, right? I say, yeah, of course. So got different. Of course got different one. Okay. So you tell me 8th floor and 9th floor got different. Of course, there are differences. But knowledge like what we have comes from years of practicing. We also go to schools to learn them. We also practice and then accumulate our experience, and these are valuable experience for us to us, right? For us to share with you. Of course, there must be exchange of energy, and money is just exchange of energy. Earning your 1,888 doesn't make me rich overnight, but by you saving the 1,888, maybe you purchase the wrong property, and the property just not able to purchase, so not able to help you in your wife's health or your money making. So that's going to be a big loss for you. Not just 1,888, but bigger loss. Okay, so think properly. If you want to get the best, or you just want to buy anything that you want to buy, but you face your own consequences. Okay, today I think people buy property also think about children, going to which school nearer to the schools that they want to go.
Correct.
So you tell me go to school got different. Next door only, one school next door to the other one got different. You tell me lah. We all don't argue so much that we all know got big difference. Okay, good. So I'm not complaining. I'm just saying that you need to see clearly what you really want in life. Okay, again, like I said, it makes no difference to us whether you engage us or not, because 1,888 It's basically for you to pick the best house, okay? And you are going to stay inside the house, all right? But I'm not bad-mouthing property agents or developers again. All they want is to sell you the house. After you sign the dotted paper, they get a commission. They don't care how you live, okay? But the Feng Shui master need to sort of like guarantee you that we pick the best house for you that is better for you, okay? Good. All right, so for friends who wants to do the house selection, they can scan a QR code. For friends who wants to do the workbook, just the workbook itself. This workbook I really took a lot of time and effort and pain, so cherish this, okay? And friends who want to do the Feng Shui audit, do text us or just scan the QR code or contact Wendy at 8448-7416. Wendy will be very happy to hear from you, okay? Whole day you hope the phone rings. Okay, like I said, we mentioned about this just now. From this Google Earth, right? Google Earth pictures, you can't tell much. But if we were to move slightly further to the street directory, you can see that is actually a black color, what do you call it? Underpass.
The legendary underground SAR.
Correct.
Master Eric made famous one.
So this is the one that we talk about in Clement. Yeah, we talked about this before many times already. So what are the implications for this underground SAR? Based on my experience, I have clients who fell from the lift. Right, the lift crash landed, and she broke every piece of her bone in the rib. Only one not broken, and she was hospitalized for a long time. Okay, we could tell it from here really. What we're going to tell you is that this is just one in Clementi. Actually, there are a few in Singapore, and there you are. There's this place here that has 3 in a row. Okay, in Braddell Road.
Braddell, this is Braddell.
Braddell and Bartley Road. There are 3. Okay? So the reason why you see Master Guo say, and then start looking at me is because he knows I'm staying very near. But why I still continue to pick the property here is because I know how to address it.
That's the issue. That's the difference.
That's the difference. Right? So with Master Feng Shui, that means we can. There's no perfect house in Singapore. So that with this, you can actually address it. It can be remedied. Okay, so it can be countered. Okay, and you don't have to worry. If you know how to do it, you don't have to worry about it. Okay, so I'm not worried. There's 3. I'm right snack center of the right, the left and right. Okay, so I'm getting 3 at the same time. Okay, I'm not escaping it. All right, now everybody know where I stay already. Okay, good. But we're going to give you more details when we talk to you guys in Fan Club. So what is a Fan Club? Fan Club is basically for people who are serious about a property, who wants to know more about the property, and then they can sign up with Wendy at 8448-7416. We'll share more information. The recording for Fan Club will be done right after the recording for the normal live, and then after that, the normal Facebook live. And after the Fan Club, to get more information, right? For more, I would say, very good information when you want to make a decision for the property lot. Okay, good. Having said that, Master, when I said the southeast sector has the black color underground SAR, okay, which we showed just now to the audience. Master, you want to tell us what's the southeast represent?
Okay, the southeast, right, represents the first daughter. Okay, that means the so-called 大姐, the 大姐大. Okay, then it also represents our liver, our gall, then lymph node, thyroid issue, even the what we call the 血管. Okay, so looking at this, sorry?
Vein.
Yeah, the vein, correct. That's the right English word for it. Okay, so when we look at this so-called underground SAR at the southeast, right, it signifies that probably you might suffer from some blood clot. So if you talk about blood clot, right, if it's serious, it will become a stroke. So this is very dangerous. Okay, especially if you got elderly people that stays here. Okay, so this must be addressed. If not, there will be health concern, health issue. Southeast also represents hair. So probably experience some hair loss issue. Yeah, you see, Master KK, so sensitive towards this word.
Okay, so Southeast also represents the first daughter.
Yes.
Also represents the year 2020.
12 and
2013. So future will be coming in 2024, 2025. Then you may say, hey, this house I moved in 2026. It doesn't matter, it doesn't bother me. Excuse me, 12 months or 12 years or 12 hours. Suppose 12 hours, 12个时辰, right?
Yes.
12 sector all the time. It does affect you. Okay, it does affect, and your daughter is staying with you. That's the reason why I say my EDM, pass this EDM to friends that are going to have a first daughter. If you're expecting your first child, and the first child is a girl, or you already have a first daughter, for the people that are expecting their first child, I do sincerely hope that you get yourself a very good gynae, because when you say the underground pass, the underground SAR, okay, it's not so good for the pregnancy mommy. Okay,
Have
so
difficulty in the delivery.
correct. So please get yourself a very good gynae. Don't stinge lah. Okay, I always tell people that when Master Sherry and I went to KK Hospital to look for a gynae, we just pick the best one. Okay, because I understand that my children, my child and my wife is literally in the hand of the gynae. Okay, so don't play a fool. Okay, for father, don't meow. Okay, if I can use that word. Don't meow, literally don't meow. Okay, Master. Apart from all this southeast sector, maybe you want to talk to us about the north sector as well. I think north sector is this south sector, because we do see some MRT over there. Is it good for you?
Okay, if you see MRT right near to your property, right, generally it is good. Okay, because from our experience, right, as long as there's MRT in the sector, right, the representing year, right, usually the career will be good. Okay, so if you look at this street directory map, you can see that there's an MRT on the north, okay, which is very good. So it means that the year of maybe 2020, 2032, right, is a very good year for career advancement. Okay, then of course, if the north sector is significantly strong, right, it also represents that most likely you won't have any cash flow issue. 你不会成为月光族. Okay, then of course, you won't have problem with memory, planning, strategy. Then of course, 你不会晚上常常起来上厕所.
Sleep bladder. Okay,
Yes.
so that's something that Master Guo just mentioned, which is important. I think the second thing about the other these things about the north sector will be, apart from the cash flow and apart from the it's also representing the second son.
Yes, the second son.
That means there's an elder brother above him. Yes. All right, second son, and because the north sector has an MRT station, it symbolizes that this second son is more popular in school. All right, people tend to like to play with him.
能力比较强.
Ability is also very strong.
Yes.
Capability is very strong. Generally speaking, the people who stay here, their math are pretty good. Okay, the math are pretty good. All right, so nothing to worry about. Then you may say, hey, we're thinking of buying this place, but my children's not doing so well in their math. Well, the moment you moved in, the energy will create in a way that he or she will understand math better. So just to explain to people in layman terms, what is energy, what is Feng Shui? If you do understand music, symphony orchestra, so there's a formation in the symphony orchestra. In front will be standing the conductor. The people or the musician that is playing in front will be the string musicians. Okay, and then of course the percussion right behind. The loud ones are right behind. So that when they play it simultaneously, it brings out very good energy. And we all know that music is a form of frequency, so that's called energy level. So it's all well balanced. Okay, so same thing here. We cannot determine the external environment, where's the school, where's the fire station, or where's the petrol station, etc. But what we can do is we can determine inside. Meaning to say we can find a better place, we can select a better house, plus the things that we place in our house. So how do we do our Feng Shui as a modern Feng Shui? We use modern appliances. For example, your washing machine, for example, your television. Place them correctly, then all the harmonies will be created. Okay, that's modern Feng Shui. Okay, actually this is original Feng Shui. That's how people do it 8,000 years ago. When they literally did fire element into the house, they bring the fire into the house, or they bring a pot of red flowers into the house. All right, so that's how they do it. Good. Master, is there anything you want to talk about the north sector? I'm actually more interested in the south sector.
South sector.
Because the reason is probably that will be the year they're collecting their keys.
Okay.
And also because that one represents academic. And the reason why a lot of people want to pick the house, one of the best-selling pointers to get a house would be there is actually good schools. There are a lot of good schools over there. You can tell us more about the south sector, Mister.
So the map, look at the south sector. Okay, there's a patch of like a green park down there. Okay, if you got access to the street directory, right, you can drag the street directory further up. Look at the south sector in a wider range, right? You will see that there is actually MRT, right, and school in the south sector. So let me tell you guys the secret about this place. Just now, Master KK say, right, if you shift into this house, right, your mathematics will become very good. Actually, if you shift to this house, right, generally, academically, your children will become very good. Because the south sector, right, represented by the fire element, right, actually represents education. So if there is a patch of green down there, the wood will actually produces the fire. So generally we'll have support over it. Okay, then of course there are school over there. Okay, I can say that your kids are pretty smart. Okay, but the issue is smart people, right, tend to be a bit lazy. Okay, so what we say, 先天上, right, this place is good for education. But if your kids, 后天, right, like to be lazy, then this one, you know, of course you can still find us. We know where to put them, you know, so that they become very hardworking.
What's the point I'm trying to tell you is that through finding the academic star and finding the place for them to sleep, the correct place to sleep, will enhance their enthusiasm in life, enthusiasm in their academic. Clever children doesn't mean good in academic.
Yes.
You still need to put in a bit of effort. You still need to do your homework, basically. Okay. Cannot imagine not pass a homework and I can get good. Okay, good. So much we have been sharing with you guys a lot about this property. If you have any comments, do put into our chat and then we see what we can answer them. Maybe after this is posted in YouTube or in Facebook, and then if you still need to talk to us, just call Wendy at 8448-7416. Okay. Now, I think a lot of people has seen our pictures in Facebook. All right, this one is we went to legendary Hong Kong dim sum store. Our dim sum, I think, was a very enjoyable afternoon. We made so much noise. I think if you were there at that time, I'm so sorry. We apologize for the noise. Actually, my client was there. After we left. Okay, yeah, after we left. Legendary Hong Kong, you only have 1.5 hours for meal time. There was a thing on the second level as well. Okay, just behind us. Good. The reason why I chose Legendary Hong Kong for a monthly gathering was because there is a building that it's kind of concerned to me, and this is the building.
The GSK building.
Correct, and this picture is from today's online.com. Okay, so must give credit to today's online.com. I could not find another nicer building pictures of this building to illustrate. Okay, as you can see, there's a lot of triangle in this building, upside down and east, and proper upside right up triangle. So what does it mean? What are the implications? Well, we have done our studies, our little exploration, our little during after our lunch. So I will be sharing more about this in our fan club. So fathers out there, if you are wondering why are you so hot-tempered, wondering why sometimes money come in and out pretty fast, you may want to
Speak to the masters.
Speak to us. Correct. Okay, masters. Is there anything else you want to add about the Northwest sector? If not, I really want to promote our fan club.
No.
Do call Wendy at 8448-7416 to understand our fan club. Okay, I think the next thing we want to know will be how do we select a house? Okay, so as you can see from here, this will be an example of a floor plan. All right, a floor plan is divided into the red sector, which is the pink sector, and the green sector. Why is that so? The moment you actually plot the floor plans, you actually put a box into it to tell you whether this house is square or not. right? For untrained eyes, everything looks the same, square. But from us, you basically can know literally which is the missing corners or sectors, which are the better ones, which is protruding. Greens are better for you, pink are not so good. So again, as you can see from here, you can see the south has a lot of pink, the southwest has a lot of pink, the west has some pink. So is it good for you? What does it mean? It means the year 2026 is going to be some issues. 2027, 2028, 2029, there's some issues because south represents the year 2026, southwest represents 2027, 28, and then and the west represents 2029. So when you're missing, what does it symbolize? All right. So again, you have two daughters. Example, two daughters. Okay, and you can see the southeast is protruding. Right, southeast represents the first daughter, and then south represents the second daughter. Okay, it's standard. Yes, it's standard. South always represent the second born girl, and then southeast represent the first girl. And as you can see, this girl, first girl, seems to be doing better in school, a bit cleverer, more people loved her more. But south, you give equal amount of tuition, give equal amount of love, but doesn't seems to be doing very well in school. And that's because you chose the wrong house. Okay, simply. Okay, will it improve your children if you pick the right house? Yes. Yes. Picking the right house is just like sending the children to tuition. Will it help your children to send the children to tuition if your children generally is clever? Yes. All right, getting the proper help. Same thing, pick the right house is getting the proper help. All right, so tell me 8th floor and 9th floor are different. God, the moment you're buying the 3rd floor, the 4th floor, it also helps which sector to fulfill auto remedy. So that's definitely a lot of difference. Okay, good. This will be the link to the ebook that we promised. Okay, circle96.com/ebook. These are all the ebooks that's not done by the masters. A lot of hard work to be put in. So please go and get them for download. All right, it will definitely help you. And if it's useful for you, forward to your friends. Okay, that'll be very, very good for them. All right. Again, this will be selling a bit of Goyo again. All right, our services. Please just scan our QR code and be able to get hold of us. Okay, or if you just want to speak to someone, just call Wendy at 8448-7416.
Speak to someone.
Speak to Wendy. Okay, good. We also want to tell you that we'll be on the 1st of October, there'll be a Smashing Feng Shui Summit. I hope all the masters by then will be able to attend. We're not so sure yet because some masters sometimes do have engagement, Feng Shui appointments and things like that. Okay, but I think one of the main person who will be speaking to us will be Master Simas. He want to share something with us that is pretty intimate to him. Okay, and the topic will be Go Away Feng Shui. Right?
Go away cancer.
Go away Feng Shui. Go away cancer. Because I just spotted another mistake. It's episode 15, it's not episode 14.
It's okay.
Okay, you update that. Okay, so it's Go Away Cancer, not Go Away Feng Shui. Pardon me. Okay, so 1st of October, 13th, 3/13th. Okay, and then these are the scores for masters. Maybe since Master Simas and Master Eric and Master Sheldon are not here, Master Ko, you want to speak for yourself? Why you give 2.5 points?
Okay, generally for this blossom by the park, right? The moment you shift in, you enjoy 2 good years of so-called good luck cycle. Okay, then generally there are quite a number of MRT in a few sectors. Okay, so it's a pretty good development. Okay, of course, the west sector, the northwest sector have some issue, but no worries, all these issues can be addressed. 这个 is what we call 有的救. We only scared 没有的救. Beyond repair, like my HP laptop. When I bring it to the HP service center, the person tell me beyond repair.
Okay,
That's why I give 2.5 stars.
Okay, thank you so much. Let me just speak on behalf of Master Charlene. She's not here today, and why she only gave 2 stars. Okay, we all know Master Charlene is the first daughter in the family, so she's extremely particular about the southeast sector. And we did mention the southeast sector has a bit of the underground side. So she's
She unhappy with
it. Okay, so she wants to protect the first daughter, and we all know if you're expecting a newborn, and if it's a girl, and the underground side, it's really, really going to cause 3 problems for you. The first problem during the pregnancy, it may be a difficult pregnancy, or during the labor, it can be a complicated labor. That's one of the issues. The third thing is that it's pretty difficult to bring out the first daughter. I mean, you say sometimes doesn't want to sleep, doesn't want to drink her milk.
Generally more tedious
Yeah.
in the upbringing
Upbringing,
process.
Can also be very rebellious. Quite a handful.
Mm.
Quite a handful. So this is something that concerns mother. Okay, so that's the reason why after much discussion, Master Sheldon says she still insists 2 stars. Okay, good. So I don't want to speak on behalf of Master Guo and Master Simas and Master Eric. Basically, they also share the same thing as Master Guo, but Master Simas and Master Eric have some concern about the southwest sector. We did mention that the southwest sector is pretty good. There's a lot of hospital and schools. But if you enlarge the southwest sector further, there are stories to tell. Hence, this one will be shared to you during the fan club, and that's the reason why Master Eric and Master Simas only give 2.5 stars. Okay, so Master Sharon and I also discussed about the whole property, and we totally concurred with what Master Simas and Master Eric has to say about the southwest sector. So on the surface, southwest sector seems to be pretty good, like what we did mention just now. But if you look deeper, look further back, all right, you can see there's some concerns, all right. The reason why it is still above average for me and Master Sharon is because there are a lot of MRT stations already. Okay, that's what helped pull it back. If not, this will be a property that is kind of concerned because you get it on the 2026.
Yeah,
straight
correct.
away, maybe enjoy a few moments of good things, and then after that, then the atrocity of throat comes in. Okay, in. All right, that's the reason why it's 2.5 star. Okay. Anything else you want to mention, Wendy?
Wendy, how many stars you give?
Wendy,
Mm.
well, with my masters, I'll give 5 because I know my masters will salvage it, so no worries.
Okay, thank you so much, Wendy. All right, so let's go. So anything you want, call Wendy.
Just call me
Yep.
anytime.
Good. So without any questions from any questions, anything you add on, Masters? Good. Wendy, yourself, anything to add on?
No, I just want to find out how I can have more money so I can buy the place.
Good.
Why you
Right.
want to buy this place?
Thank you so much, everyone, for tuning in. Thank you for the time you spent with us this afternoon. Again, stay safe, stay healthy, stay happy. Support local business is very important. And if you do have any question, do text Wendy at 8448-7416. If you're buying this property and you want our expert opinions and zoom in and tell you which is the better property for you, do call Wendy again, 8448-7416. Right, without any further ado, let's bid everybody farewell.
Sure.
Okay.
Happy weekend.
Bye-bye.